What's going on, everybody? It's Blackjack. Welcome back to Crystalline. I have not done anything on this drink, so let's go ahead and finish this drink and call it a night for this batch of episodes. In the afternoon, I wake up to an unaccustomed brightness, blinking, my eyes open. I glance outside and notice an absence of clouds. Looks like the storm has finally passed. Wait a minute. What if those pongos up there have some connection to the mages? Kind of curious now. Zach's bed is empty, and even the pongo is missing. I guess I'm the last to wake up considering it's already midday. I don't quite think that's true. I hurry out of my bed and rush to get ready, then head downstairs. Something's off, isn't it? The team is already up, never mind. They are gathered around a table. They greet me as I arrive. Looks like the storm has passed.
Correct. Which means we are able to resume our journey to Allendale.
Ha! Funny that you say that, because we ain't going there right away.
Not exactly. We've still got some unfinished business. We have to meet up with those men to learn the secret to unimaginable power.
I knew it. You actually want to get the power. It's not about stopping them. You actually want the power. Like, come on. All right, those two men from yesterday. Zach gets to his feet.
Ready to go?
I suppose so. Lana stands as well, but Kara and Amy stay put. Are you two coming?
The invitations were not extended to us.
No, they weren't extended to you. Kara can come. You stay.
Yeah, plus I think it's a mage or crystal specific thing, so that leaves me out. We'll stick around here and see what else we can dig up and meet you guys when you're done.
Fine. Amy nods. That's probably for the best. Alright. Lana, Zach, and I exit the inn. Studying the address on the cards given to us, we eventually come across a nondescript mansion. I certainly wouldn't be able to describe it because I don't see one. Cautiously, we knock on the front door. There's no response. Since they were looking for mages only, I have to at times poke fun at just like the because it's a common trope in visual novels. It's like you go to an area and they keep showing that area when it's like, oh, this is supposed to be like this thing here. Imagine it. I like kind of just jabbing at it a little bit. Since they were looking for mages only, Leanna does a radial scan. From the blank door, a hidden message appears. It indicates to go around to the back entrance, but only when the sun is fully set. Oh, lovely. We decided to spend our our time scouting out the location for all the different exits and get as much of the floor plan as I can figured out, just in case. By the time we were done our extensive mapping, it is evening. We circle around the house to the plain wooden door. We knock twice and the door swings open. Grinning widely is one of the men who recruited us yesterday. Here we go. This is why people are afraid of mage casters in this town. He ushers us in the door and through the door and into the foyer where a handful of people mill about. Oh hey, look, it's the casino that we were in before. Okay, I gotta stop making fun of it. I take in the marble staircase and pristine tiles. Some people sit on the leather couches as we wait for whatever is supposed to happen to begin. Bright light spills into the room and reflects off the crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling. This room looks more expensive than my entire house back home. I never have guessed it was from the plain exterior of the house. After a few more minutes, a man with slick back hair approaches with open arms and a shining grin. Here we go.
Welcome.
Oh, you're just a recruiter. Okay. The room quiets down into silence as he greets us. Hello, recruiter. When do we get to drink the Kool-Aid?
I'm sure you're all wondering why you've been invited here today.
Or maybe you're just a Jehovah's Witness house.
It's because our expert talent scouts spotted a commonality within all of you, an unmistakable ability, a mastery of the elements.
Yes, you have found the avatar. A few people sneak glances around the room. I look at Leanna, who is watching the speaker intently. I knew it. Zach crosses his arms, expression unreadable.
We too share this gift, and we too hungered for power. We spent hours upon hours honing our craft, showing painstakingly slow progress before we were introduced to the secret techniques we hope to share with you today.
Fuck, I'm in a pyramid scheme.
My friends, if you wish to become the most powerful casters in this area, then you have come to the right place. But as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. These techniques are dangerous and are not for the faint of heart. Failure can lead to dire consequences, and in order for us to continue, I need absolute assurance that you are all ready to face those consequences. If anyone is having second thoughts, now is the moment when you can walk out of here with no hard feelings.
Great, Leanna, Zach, let's go. We're getting up out of here. A couple people turn around, one head back towards the door, but the majority of the group, which is still a small number of around 10 people, decide to stay. Good point to save.
I admire all of your courage, but I'm not surprised by your decision.
Thank you, my very esteemed recruiter. I'm glad that we will be following your lead as you lead us to our death. A doorway to the left of the room creaks open and a man points in that direction.
The beginning of your training is in the next room. Please proceed through the doors and our training leader will meet you there.
Oh, thank you, recruiter. Your voice is very pleasant and it's definitely inviting and is not leading us into a trap. I appreciate that. Low murmurings fill the silence. Oh, hi. I mean, music went all the way off immediately. Low murmurings fill the silence as people begin to exit the room. As Leanna begins to pass the strange man from before, sidles up. Sidles? That's the word? Sidles? Up to her and lowers his voice.
So, the guild finally caught wind of this, eh?
Broodman Wayne? Excuse me? Who are you? Leanna masks her surprise and keeps her voice even.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not sure either. He chuckles and nudges her.
It's alright. You can trust me. I'm actually Broodman.
He pauses as if waiting for our recognition, but we merely stare blankly at you. Who are you?
Broodman? The Silent Protector? Tamer of the Wolves at Wolf's Den?
Oh, is the joke that, oh, Broodman Wayne. Oh, because it's like Bruce Wayne. Batman. He's Broodman Wayne. That's why he has the this voice going on. Again, we make no notion of recognition. Can I please save?
Well, either way, we're on the same side. I know that these guys are dangerous, and I've got a plan in place to stop them.
How do you know they're dangerous? Do you know what their secret technique is?
I know they're dangerous because I'm Broodman. Broodman waggles his eyebrows knowingly.
Right. Playing innocent to keep up your facade. I understand.
Broodman, you're a very weird man. He winks.
Look, I was planning on taking these guys down alone, but having a member of the Mage Guild as backup would ensure the downfall of these guys. What do you say? Are you in?
I don't know, Broodman. Everything about this feels weird. I feel like I've stepped into the wrong visual novel. Leanna frowns.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He winks.
Alright. You won't budge.
He taps his nose and then fixes his attention on Zach.
I'll just pretend I didn't see the mage emblem when you first entered Wolf's Den. What about you?
What about you? Zach, you wanna join in? You wanna stop this whole place, man? His voice trails off as Zach stares him down with an unblinking gaze. Broodman seems unfazed. Broodman's gaze lands on me and he quickly shifts his focus.
How about you?
I too like to deal the hand of justice. But sure, why not? Let's fucking go with it. I lower my voice to a raspy whisper. I understand, brethren. Like you, I too am a silent protector and watchful guardian. They call me the Dark Knight. Leanna shoots me a warning look, but Broodman looks intrigued. Come on, Leanna, why don't you want to have fun with this? We hear shuffling, and I notice most of the people have filed out of the room by now.
We should get going before they get suspicious.
Broodman nods as we follow the others out of the room and into an evening courtyard. The courtyard is surrounded on all sides by walls, which upon further inspection are hallways connecting the different wings of the mansion. Because we're enclosed within the mansion, we're guaranteed privacy.
Listen up! I know what they promised you back there, and I know they made it sound like all of you, as long as you try, will be able to learn the technique for power.
Oh great, I have a trainer. Lovely.
But they're wrong!
Hooray!
Only those of you strong enough to handle that amount of magic will be successful. And that's where I come in.
Oh, I get it, so you're gonna make us successful.
I'm here to test your proficiency with magic, and if this technique is something you can even handle.
Lovely. A few staff members who were standing on the sidelines come over and begin passing out manipulators. When they reach Zach, the staff member notices his lack of manipulator and looks at him in confusion. Zach doesn't react or bother to take the manipulator from his hands either.
He passes.
The training leader walks by as he is. The Ugh, try that again, Blackjack. The training leader walks by, and as his gaze falls on Zack's dischargers, his expression changes. He turns to the staff with the manipulator and urges him to move on. The staff member begins to protest, but the training leader stops him.
He passes.
Ooh.
I know you all have your own manipulators, but I don't care. Use ours anyway. The goal of this isn't to show off who has the fanciest gadgets. It's to eliminate any variables so we can get a more accurate read on your abilities.
Okay, that's great.
Now, who wants to go first?
One person steps up and attempts to cast the Gale, but his nerves make his arm unsteady, and he keeps losing focus.
Enough.
Even I could do that. I mean, come on. I levitated a rock with a pongo on it. And I also made Leanna's skirt blow up, so clearly I know what I'm doing. The training leader shakes his head, and the man hangs his head. The staff members lead the man out of the courtyard as the next person steps up. One by one, they go until it's my turn. My blood runs cold as my clammy sweat covers my body. Gross.
Let's go. We haven't got all day.
Alright, fine. Here we go. I close my eyes and breathe deeply. I can do this. Just remember my training. Remember, you are Broodman. Oh, hi. Once my hand's steady, I raise my arm and channel a gust of wind as I've done so many times before. I picture Liana watching and encouraging me. Really? Because I pictured Liana with her skirt blowing in the wind. Sure enough, a gust of wind flows through my fingers. The training leader frowns, unimpressed, but the staff member who took my energy reading races over to his side. I'm pretty sure I can guess what's going on. They took a scan that said my energy levels are off the chart, and yet somehow my casting skill does not equal the energy I possess.
Pass. For now.
For now? How do you just pass for now? You either pass or you don't. I nod. I'm get my car inspected. They're not going to be like, you pass for now, and then like revoke it in 2 months. The training leader calls Leanna forward, and I take this time to switch out my manipulator back to my own. She takes a deep breath, gathers her energy, and raises her arm. Her blue eyes almost turn steel gray as a gale storm whips the trees in the courtyard. Leanna's hair flies around her, but she stands steady in the tempest. Her gaze challenging the training leader. He raises his hand, and as instantly as she summoned it, Leanna ceases the storm.
Pass.
As a few people pick themselves up off the ground or dust themselves off, Leanna returns to the group. That was incredible. You blew me away. Keep it cool. Dang, girl, you really blew me away with that display. Oh, God. Leanna groans. You threw caution to the wind and went all out. Oh, God, please make it stop. Oh, God, I shouldn't have picked this.
You should stop.
Yeah, I know. But making these are such a breeze. Oh.
I'm leaving now.
Yeah, wait, I'm done, I promise. They continue to move through the test. Zack silently slinks over and joins us as Leanna Zack silently slinks over and joins us as Leanna surreptitiously switches back to her manipulator and does a scan of her own. She frowns at the results and lowers her voice so I can barely hear her.
I'm getting the same strange absence of energy reading that we got back at Stonecrest.
Do you think this has something to do with Void? She nods, her expression grave. A guard approaches Leanna as she quickly puts on a smile.
Ma'am, I have a message from the site commander. He wishes to meet you.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh?
Me no likey. Me no likey.
In his private quarters.
Oh, of course. His private quarters. Well, Leanna, good luck.
Oh.
For once, she can't hide her surprise. The guard leaves momentarily as he goes to speak with the training leader. Leanna turns to us.
We need to figure a way out of this. There's no way I'm going into the commander's private quarters.
We need to figure a way out of this. Yeah, it was called not going to begin with.
You have to.
Yeah, now you have to. You got us into this shit, so now we gotta do it.
What?
Quiet.
Leanna lowers her voice, but her tone is just as stern.
Do you have any idea what an invitation to his private quarters means?
Yes. Do you know how many invitations I've thrown you to my... Well, I guess it's technically not a private quarters because Zack's there, but I would have kicked him out.
Of course I do. And that's why you need to go. This is your chance to get inside and find out if this is a part of Void's operation like you suspect.
Wow, Zack didn't give two shits. She frowns.
There must be another way.
Unfortunately, there's not.
Probably. But not on such short notice without an all-access pass to the most secure place in the entire mansion.
Yeah. Leanna remains quiet as Zack's words sink in, then she groans.
You're right. This is the perfect opportunity.
Now please, please, please get out of this. What about us?
We'll find a way inside and catch up with Liana. When you get to his quarters, make sure you leave the door unlocked so we can get in.
Like he's just going to leave the door unlocked.
I will. But you two better hurry up. I do not want to be alone with him longer than I need to.
I bet you don't. The training leader looks annoyed and waves the guard away. We fall silent as he returns to collect Liana. She throws us one last warning look before leaving. So, the sneaking in thing. How exactly?
We need a distraction.
Oh, lovely. All right, here, Zach, you go do it. As Zach and I scan our surroundings, a hand falls on my shoulder.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Yes, it's Broodman. Broodman's got this.
Got what?
He's got milk. He just winks at us as he enters the center of the courtyard. The training leader looks amused as Broodman enters the testing space unprompted but doesn't stop him. Broodman stands perfectly still and takes an exaggerated breath, then slowly breathes it out. He raises his arm in front of him and summons a glowing fireball in his hand. As he aims it straight in front of him, it was only then I noticed he'd strategically placed himself so he was facing a large tree. That's smart. He'll ignite the tree accidentally as a part of his proficiency testing. Broodman takes another deep breath, and just as he's about to let the fireball fly, he sneezes hard. The fireball misdirects and catches on his clothes. He yelps as the flames lap at his clothes and drops to the ground and rolls. But instead of extinguishing the flames, the grass ignites where he rolls. Soon the courtyard is amuck and filled with shrieking voices and running bodies. What am I even witnessing? Zach pulls me aside.
Now's our chance.
Oh, boy, is it ever. I nod and the two of us slip through the same door we saw Liana go through. We enter a brightly lit corridor and try our best to blend in and stick to the few shadows in the room. We manage to escape the corridor without incident and reach another open hallway. A guard stands in the center of the room making his rounds. Zach signals for me to stay back as he sneaks up on the guard. Sneaky, sneaky. Ignoring Zach's signal, I sneak alongside him. He glares at me and urges me to get back. The guard unexpectedly turns around and notices me. Just before he's about to raise the alarm, Zach knocks him back with a punch and quickly disarms him. See, that's not so bad. Then the two of us drag him into a hidden alcove. He struggles as we place him in a chair. I hold him down as Zach approaches him.
Where are the commander's quarters?
See, this was much better than me just sitting there.
I'll never tell.
Zach grins as he cracks his knuckles.
Ah, good.
Are you getting off on this?
Good?
I was hoping you'd resist. It makes interrogation so much more fun.
He's getting off on this. The guard resumes his struggles, but I continue to hold him down. Zach slowly approaches as I see the fear creep into the guard's eyes.
Hold on a second.
Zach doesn't stop. He balls his fist hand into a fist. The guard looks at me with panic in his eyes.
I'll talk. Just get that crazy guy away from me.
I've been trying to do that for 2 chapters, I think. Zach frowns, but stops walking towards him.
The commander's quarters are right down this hall, and then a left at the next fork. His is the last room down that corridor.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we need.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's my line. With one knockout punch, oh damn, the guard falls unconscious and the two of us hurry off. As we turn down the hall, I face Zach. I'm surprised that was so easy. Zach sighs.
I know. How disappointing.
Yeah, you wanted to do this the difficult way and not get caught. I look blankly at Zach. Okay then. We sneak through the corridors and remain unspotted as we follow the guard's instructions. We recognize the commander's quarters immediately and see the 2 heavy mahogany doors at the end of the hall are slightly ajar. Why are there no guards in front of the quarters? Isn't that suspicious?
Not if the commander's got a woman in his room.
You see... Alright, I'm being serious for a second here. Actually, no, I'm not. Never mind. I would think that if I do have a woman in my room, and I'm a commander, and I know that I'm holding this operation or whatever, I would almost kind of want someone there to at least make sure that nobody comes in, so then I can have happy fun time. Which actually isn't happy fun time. That's kind of holding somebody. Then that's not kind of. It is holding somebody against their will. It's not. There's nothing happy or fun time about this. Fair point. We slip into the room and are immediately greeted by a frenzy of whispers from Leanna. What?
Oh, finally! You guys sure took your sweet time.
Hey. We tried to get here as quickly as you can, and you're okay. It's good news.
Calm down. We got here as quickly as we could.
Where's the commander? Leanna points to a locked door. That must be the bathroom.
He went to freshen up.
Oh, that's gross. She shudders. Zack crosses his arms.
Okay, then what are you doing just standing around here for? Get in a position.
What position?
Really? I mean, what do you fill in the blank with whatever joke you'd like to put here for what position? Zack points to the bed and Leanna pales. Oh God.
You can't be serious.
Yes, assume the position.
Do you want to jeopardize this operation or what?
How would posing on the bed help with this operation?
Yes, he wants you to get in position.
Because while he's very distractedly approaching the bed, we'll be able to knock him out from behind. Quick and quiet, and not alerting any guards.
Leanna sighs, then lacklusterly climbs into the bed. She lays down on her side and props her head up with her arm. Okay, alright, fine, that works too.
Like this?
Well, I mean, I guess actually, in reality, she should actually be completely not wanting to do this situation. But because this is a visual novel and it's shits and giggles, I mean, come on, could you sound a little bit more enthused about this? It's definitely working as intended. Let me show you how it's done. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. It's actually an option. It's definitely working as intended. Let me show you. I'm trying to imagine, like, what. Damn it, I should have saved before I. Oh, fuck. Because I just think this will be funny. Like, this is just like, oh, but this is. I shake my head. Leanna, move over. She moves off the bed and I take her place. I lay down on my back and sling one arm over my head as I raise up one knee. Oh, whoa. This is what you should be doing. She tries to hold in her laughter as I move off the bed. Zack frowns.
No, that's not right at all. You have to be more inviting.
Oh, no. Zack lounges on his stomach, bends his legs up at the knee, and he rests his head on one of his hands. Ah.
This is the most effective pose.
What the fuck has happened?
Are you kidding me? You look like you're sunbathing at the beach. That's not alluring at all.
Oh, well then you show us, Leanna, because clearly the first one was not good enough.
You don't know what you're talking about, woman.
I think I know a thing or two more about flirting than you would.
Knowing your history, no you don't.
Oh, please enlighten me, sailor.
That's a good callback. Leanna's face flushes at the memory. She's about to argue when the door to the bathroom flings open. Oh, we fucked up, didn't we? A looming man stands in front of the door in nothing more than a too revealing Speedo.
Apologies for the delay, my sweet. I wanted to make sure that I was in.
Oh, well, this is weird. He freezes when he sees Zack on the bed, and for a moment, nobody moves.
All right. Before we begin fighting, I have a really important question.
Really? Is it really that important right now? Zack mimics Leanna's original pose.
Is this attractive?
Okay, that's actually kind of funny. The commander's face turns red with rage.
No!
Thank you. That's exactly what I said.
That's actually okay. All right, you know what? Well done. Well done. That was a well-constructed, very, very funny scene. That was good.
Well, it would have been attractive if I were doing it.
I'd agree to that if anyone cares about my opinion. The commander roars out in anger. Zack rolls off the bed and withdraws his dischargers. In one smooth motion as Leanna's manipulator grows, I pull out my sword and ready a fighting stance. The commander glares at us.
Do you really think that a bunch of amateurs can take out someone as powerful as I? You fools will regret ever crossing paths with a shadow general.
And his Speedo? Yeah, no I won't. The only thing I'll regret is having to look at you. He raises his arms and readies a stance, and his face falls as he realizes he's naked.
Oh,
Zack shoots a blast, which knocks the commander down. He smashes his head against the dresser and falls down to the ground with a heavy thud. Leanna rushes to check it. Why? His sword at the ready, but he is knocked out cold. That's actually... This whole scene is really funny. I sheathe my blade. That was easy.
They aren't so tough without their magic.
Leanna has her manipulator out and performs a scan.
He said he was a Shadow General. That just confirms that this has something to do with Void.
She suddenly focuses on an area in the floor. Prying up the floorboard, we find a large bag filled with dark spheres.
Tainted spheres.
Definitely Void.
We can't leave the spheres here. We have to take them.
We'll be too conspicuous lugging this bag around.
Yeah, we would.
But it would be even more dangerous to leave them here for them to use.
Don't make me make choices like this. Also, what should we do with the Shadow General? Just leave him here? I'm sure he's embarrassed enough as is. Zack shrugs. Hello. Suddenly the window crashes open. We ready ourselves for another battle, but we recognize the figure is Broodman. He dusts himself off and heads straight for the commander.
Finally, we meet again.
Yes, you meet again. Broodman doesn't seem to notice we are there as he continues addressing the commander.
For all these years, I have slowly unraveled everything you've worked so hard to build. I have been that splinter that you just can't pull out. And now I am here to finish what I have started.
Oh, have you come to have sexy times with the commander? Because that's wrong and weird.
For I am Broodman. You killed my brother. Prepare to die.
This is hilarious. He frowns as the commander doesn't react.
And even now, you won't give me the decency of even acknowledging my presence.
He moves in to kick the commander when we stop him.
Hey, wait! He's unconscious!
Broodman pauses.
Ah, yes, of course. He was so intimidated by my speech that he passed out in fear.
No, hey, let Broodman have it. Let him have it. Broodman strides at the commander and seemingly without effort hauls him over his shoulder.
Don't worry, I'll take it from here.
You got it, Broodman. He launches the commander out of the newly opened window. What the hell?
We're on the second floor!
Oh.
What the fuck is wrong with him? We rush to the window. A fall from the second level may not be fatal, but it still could break a few bones. Luckily, the commander landed on a bush and looks unscathed. Broodman crosses his arms triumphantly.
All according to plan, my friends.
He climbs back through the window and lands on his feet beside the commander and takes him away into the night. We pause as we let all of that sink in, and there was a lot to take in.
We should get out of here before we attract too much attention.
We should get out of here before the story gets crazier. Leanna nods. She carries the bag of tainted spears as naturally as she can and pushes open the doors. There are two guards now stationed in the front of the commander's quarters, and they give us questioning looks as the three of us slip out, careful to close the door behind us.
Where is the commander?
That's a great question.
Please don't disturb him. He's all tuckered out from our certain activities.
Activities. She winks. Or just holds her eye down. The guard clears his throat uncomfortably.
Right, I understand.
The second guard looks suspiciously at Zack and me.
Hold on. What about you two?
He's also tired out from our certain activities. Oh, don't worry, we took part in those activities too. I wink and try to hold back my laughter at their horrified expressions.
Would you like us to elaborate?
I predicted the text again.
Nope, not necessary. You may go.
Thank you. Zack grins as the three of us waltz out of the corridor. Because the commander had made it clear what his intentions were with Leanna, we had no trouble with any of the guards milling about and were able to exit the mansion unquestioned. Yay! Once we were safely outside, we raced back to the inn. Bursting through the doors, we very urgently scoop up Amy and Kara.
Greetings upon your safe return. I assume your endeavors were successful.
Yeah, don't have time for that, Amy. We gotta go.
Yep, everything's great, but we should really be getting a move on now. We'll fill you in on the details later.
Yes. Amelia looks surprised, but Kara notices the bag Leanna carries and urges Amy.
Sounds good. We've been itching to get out of here anyway. Come on, Amy. Let's go grab our things and head out. The sooner we're out of here, the closer we'll be to Ellendale.
Amy shrugs and follows Kara upstairs to grab their things. Once they return downstairs, we depart. As we leave Wolf's Den, I spot the familiar dark visage of Broodman. Behind him is a woman wearing a hooded green cloak. She carries a large bow in her Oh, I see where they're going with this. What are they doing? What do you mean there's no time for this? Of course there's time for this! I step away from the ground and step closer to Broodman, making sure to stay hidden away from their view. The woman has braided long white hair and fine lines trace her tan skin. Broodman nods.
The deed has been done. Void's operation here will crumble without their commander. Wolf's Den need fear the shadows no longer.
Yeah! The woman nods in satisfaction. Suddenly her gaze slides to me. I freeze, unable to move. What did I do? Broodman notices her gaze and looks at me. He flashes me a broad smile and gives me a thumbs up. Ah! The woman's face is partially hidden because behind a scarf, but she nods slowly, approvingly. Then she abruptly turns and leaps up. She scales the wall and disappears onto the rooftop, silent and graceful like a cat. Ha! Broodman pulls himself up with using his brute grin before following closely behind. Thank you, Broodman. Thank you, my dude. At least I know he's doing okay. I catch up with my friends as we continue out the gates of Wolf's Den. Once we're on the road, Leanna and I fill the rest of the team in on what happened. After traveling as swiftly as we can for the rest of the evening, we decide to make camp. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I don't know. Are we about to go to sleep? Yeah, let's not end yet. We choose a secluded area off the main road and set to work. Leanna and I split up to search for firewood while Zach and Kara prepare our rations. Rations? I always thought it was rations. Amy unrolls her sleeping pack and lights the campfire. The Pongo cuddles beside her and watches the dancing flames. Once the food is ready, all of us gather and begin to eat in silence. Kara playfully breaks the silence.
Foiling another Void operation. Seems like just another day in the life now.
Actually, now that you mentioned it, we have seen a lot of Void presence lately. Weren't they supposed to have disbanded and been disbanded and outlawed? Why are they everywhere?
Unless every single person who believes in Void's ideals and goals are gone, it's impossible to fully get rid of Void. They've always been around, even after the Tree of Asaria. They're just more secretive about it now. It's just, you won't find them unless you know where to look.
Amelia thinks.
If what you say about Void and its operations are true, then the most logical course of action would be to alert the Mage Guild or Academy of their whereabouts.
They're probably already aware of Void activities and have missions to monitor or take care of things.
It's true that the Mage Guild is involved with a lot of suspicious reports of magical activities. I'm sure many of them have some connection to Void, which the Guild would keep secret so as not to entice widespread panic.
Entice? I think that word is incite. I have to make fun of it because I can't read for shit either. That makes sense. A resourceful organization like that would have some serious flaws. See, look, I just stuttered over that line. Serious flaws in its intelligence if they were completely blindsided by all of this. Amy nods.
What has been said seems sensible.
Zach points to the bag of spears.
What are we gonna do with those? Someone will probably come looking for them.
Probably. Leanna moves towards the bag.
We'll turn them into the Mage Guild of the next city, and let them know what happened.
Okay. She tries to secure the bag when a blue little head pops out. Poi? Ah. Pongo dives back into the sea of spears and we can hear contented sighs of Poi.
Pongo, what are you doing in there?
Eating the dark magic. She reaches straight into the bag and pulls him out, much to the Pongo's dismay.
Poi!
He struggles against her grip, but she grabs him firmly. If a Pongo absorbs the tainted spear, would the Pongo become tainted too? Amy shakes her head. Lame.
No, the way a sphere becomes tainted is by becoming supersaturated with energy, thus becoming unstable. A Pongo's absorption of energy is to turn sad energy into fuel. He is unaffected by the type of energy absorbed.
So why did she pull him out of the bag? Wouldn't she want to keep him in there? Kara looks intrigued. She scoots closer to the Pongo and tickles him. He giggles.
Huh. I never knew that.
If that's the case, why aren't Pongos used against Void? Send them into Void establishments to absorb the tainted spirit. Hi, hello.
Absorbing spears doesn't happen overnight. And when a Pongo is full, he'll stop absorbing energy.
Okay.
Just like how we can't eat anymore after we finished a meal.
Okay, remember that place we were at before where there was a shit ton of Pongos and you wanted to hug all the Pongos, but you cried because you were the eHarmony girl because you couldn't hug all of them? How about we just put all the orbs there and then they'll be back to normal?
Perhaps Perhaps in a span of a couple months, a Pongo could remove all energy within a tainted sphere.
Oh, they're that oversaturated that one Pongo would take Okay, never mind. Fine. Got it. You're right. My bad.
Exactly. The process is just too slow to be effective during a battle.
The Pongo manages to wiggle out of Leanna's grasp and plops down beside me. He stares longingly at the bag but makes no move to return. We finish up eating and begin to clean up. Afterwards, I stifle a yawn. The stars shine, pinpoints of light amidst the black sky, and their comforting glow makes me even sleepier. We had a long day. Yeah, we did. We had a long episode. As the rest of the group also gets ready for bed. I crawl into my bedroll and close my eyes. The night is still, and gradually I can hear the soft breathing of my friends as they each drift to sleep. A gentle shuffling noise as we blink open my eyes. I see the Pongo slip out of Liana's bedroll and tiptoe on over. Can you stop doing things? Over towards the bag of spheres, glancing back every so often at her sleeping form to make sure she doesn't hear. When he gets close, he shuffles the last few inches to the bag and scrambles inside. The last thing I hear is a purring of poise as I drift to sleep. Oh, thank God. Whew, I was getting ready to say, I was like, please don't send me off on another adventure. Alrighty. That ends another day in Crystalline. Thank you all so much for watching. This one went a little longer than I really anticipated it, but hey, it was a fun episode. A lot of silly shit happened, and I'm pretty sure all of you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like on the video, and if you're brand new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe down below, and tell me what you thought about this episode in the comments down below. I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Good night.